Hey everybody, my name is Rockfarmer, but you can call me Rock. This is the Oldtimers server, this is the Oldtimers Island, and this is our main spawn island. And I wanted to show you from above because I can. We have had some really crazy players who decided that they wanted to build a glass roof that extended over the entire island here. And thankfully I know how to walk backwards, because this is always scary. So we set up a rule when we started this server that we wanted everybody to build a player house on these islands. Sorry, I'm keep checking I'm not running over the edge. We wanted everybody to set up a player house here and keep it fairly modest in size so everybody can fit. And that way you help build like the community and a cool spawn island, and everybody gets to stay close together, but of course everybody's gonna venture off and do their own thing eventually. People already started doing that. So I think, as you can tell, I'm not really a YouTube personality in any ways, but I figured it could be fun to record some stuff from this server here. I'm hoping to do this maybe once a week. And I think what I can do differently than a lot of other YouTube Let's Plays and stuff like that is talk a lot about like the admin aspect of it. As an admin, there are some things that you don't really think about when you first start doing things like running a server. You get a lot of questions all the time from people. What is happening now is, since the server's been open for about a week, everybody has been going out building their houses, and they started building farms, and it's about time they want to sell things. So we need to set up shops, and people need to know where they can do it. The idea is, I mean, if you're playing the server, which I imagine most of you watching this video are, we want to keep the shops along the edge of the mountain. You can shave off the mountain a little bit if you want, along the edges, but we want actually to have the shops quite small. I know some people already asked me how big they can be, and I said, oh, you can probably make it a little more extravagant than the houses, but I've changed my mind on that. And I'll show you why. Because one of the things that I try to keep in mind is the overall appearance of the server. This is why we have a theme. It's why we try to keep people staying within this theme and building small houses. If somebody was going to build a big shop here, and that shop would be 20 blocks tall, it would block the view all the way over there on this hillside where we will have some sort of community built in the future. The same thing goes if I'm standing up here and I want to look over this impressive server. What do I want to see? Well, I do want to see the water and this nice beach down here. If I had a big shop right there, I couldn't see the water out there. So it's really important to keep that in mind, that aspect, have that in the forefront of your mind when you're trying to do the city planning or whatever you want to call it. So what we want to do is we want to have the shops along the edge of the mountain. On top of the mountain here, eventually we will have a big wall or a palisade that runs around and wraps over to that hilltop right there and that one down there, and there'll be towers, and then we will fence everything in, so everything up here is gonna be like this huge city feeling to it. So the player shops should go down here, and as I said, you can shave into the mountain a little bit. If for example, if you want to have a store that uses some sort of redstone contraptions to deliver items and stuff like that, please use the mountainside. Don't dig too deep, but stay along the edge. and try to keep the builds 10 by 10 by 10. So if you have a building and it's 10 blocks tall, that's about as high as it can go. For example, if I'm just going to go up 10 blocks here, and I wish I had an Ender Pearl right now. Let's do that. That's 11 blocks. As you can see, when I'm up here now, I will not have any problems. See, if I'm down here and it's 10 blocks tall, I can't see that area over there. But if I'm up on top of the hill up here, I will be able to see that no problem. And that's basically what we want. That's why your buildings cannot be too tall. It's not that we don't want you to be creative, it's that we want it to be for everybody's enjoyment to see down over the city or over the village here. So 10 blocks tall, 10 blocks wide. So I figured we could probably fit in like 1, 2, 3, 4 shops, 5, 6 shops around this edge, 7 shops. Maybe we can put something up here as well. So like 6, 7 shops along this edge to begin with, and when we fill out this space, we can start thinking about what we want to do up here. For the big open area down there in front of the farms, I'm actually not sure what I want to do there yet. And I mean, if you have ideas, please bring them along and let me know. I'm thinking we can put a big plaza, like an open space. I for sure do not want to block the view here, because I think whatever is going to go up on that hill is going to probably, we want to be able to see it. So if you have ideas for anything that would like look impressive, please let me know. And hopefully this will be enough in terms of letting people know what the spawn plans are with the shops and 10 by 10 by 10. And my slime block shop here is gonna... Did somebody help themselves? Maybe not. Well, this one is gonna go away, obviously. We're also gonna have to move the enchantment room here. And in all honesty, we have the spider farm down there, and that has an enchanting table, so we can probably just take this one away. But that's all for the admin aspect of it today. I want to do something myself, and I am a typical Minecraft player in the sense that I suffer from the same disease that everybody else has. It's called I hoard everything-itis, and I cannot throw anything out. So I'm gonna take my boat over to where I'm gonna build my base. I'm just gonna be 300 blocks west of the spawn island here. Here's the village breeder that V and Ed are building. And the first thing I need to do is build up a storage system that sorts my stuff, because as you can see right now, I don't even know what I have in my inventory, but I'm imagining it's going to be a mess. Let's see, 3, 2, 1, go. Why do I have 3 mundane potions? It doesn't make sense. And 1 sapling and 2 bones. See, I want to be able to take all that crap, throw it in a chest, and not worry about it, and everything needs to come out sorted and nice in the other end. And that's what I'm building. So I'm gonna set up this multi-storage system. You know, the one that was invented by Seth Bling and refined by Tango, and other people have also changed aspects of it. It's a system where I've basically taken from 4 or 5 different similar designs, and I've come up with a design for a silent storage system that sorts all your items in the chests. It is modular. Every module has the size of 2 chests like this, with blocks in between here you can do. So this would be 1 segment, and then you could put another one over there if you want it to begin with 10 double chest. That should actually keep me going for a while, because I still plan to have bulk storage for all my other items. This is kind of complicated to build, and I'm most definitely not going to be able to build it on camera. So I'm going to get started, and I'll bring you back in when I'm made some progress. See you in a bit. And welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the time lapse. Last night as I was building this, I was listening in on those guys and they sounded like they had a blast, so I took the camera account over, and hopefully you like the result and I get to practice how to do a time lapse, and you can let me know how it went if you liked it or not. But I've finished my sorter now. And it works, but it's not as good as I wish it was, or it's not as compact. My whole, oh, I have this template and I'm gonna make another one over there, and no. This would benefit from some redesign. It can be done a lot better, I'm sure. I'll show you the principle of it. This is the input chest. This is where you put stuff to be sorted. It goes into this dropper, which acts as a timer, and this is the one that sends the items out in with a delay 4 ticks in between each. They go into the first dropper elevator, and this is a silent design. I think it's Drakyar who did it. I'm not sure. But this thing is amazing. It's completely silent. It takes one item at a time, and it just shoots it all the way up, and it goes into the hopper chain up there. From that hopper chain, it goes down through alternating hoppers and like shift one space down over time, and if in this chest, if it happens to be a slime block or a cobblestone, it will get pushed into this chest, and if it doesn't, it will move on to the next chest. So the items will just move along, and you can sort and set up your chests in a template way, so you can design where you want your items. And I've started doing it a little bit here. This is just a first attempt. We'll see. And any empty spaces you have where you don't know where you want to put, you just put in like some default block. Let me load it up here. I put some stuff over here that can all be sorted, I think. And throw this in. See how it goes. I've also actually done it so that you can just throw items on the ground, because what happens to me is this is my bulk storage. I don't have much in here, but for example over here is my smooth stone, and down here I have all my like smooth stone derivatives, and these are items that are crafted out of smooth stone. Like this, for example, is my cobblestone chest, and down here I have all my cobblestone derivatives. See, all the derivatives, these are the ones I want sorted. So you can put like a line of hoppers here, and I have a line of hoppers underneath here. So when you walk up to a crafting table and you start crafting items, and like you make half slabs and you're out of inventory room, and then some of them just fall out like that, or you make sticks for torches or something like that. It just falls to the ground, and down here there is a hopper, so a hopper chain, so that will suck the items up and send them into the system. Now this thing here is the very standard 4-tick clock that is running. This is what triggers or keeps the hoppers in check and alternates between one and the other. Let me show if I can get on the other side. This is Tango's design. So on top of each block here, there is a repeater that's powering that block and then locking that hopper. And then the redstone torch does the same thing on the other. So you can see how half of them are constantly on and half of them are constantly off. So this 4-tick clock actually makes sure that the items, or this clock makes sure that that happens to the hoppers. Now, this elevator here and the other elevator over there, those are independent from that clock. They are just controlled by how often items are pushed out from this dropper here, but that dropper is also running from this clock. So this one, every 4 ticks, this pushes out one item and it goes through the elevator and down and gets sorted. Over here, this is the last very important step, is that when you put an item in, you want to make sure that it gets sorted all the way. So you want to make sure that every item goes all the way through the whole system before it turns off. So what I have is a fading comparator clock. So whenever an item is in here, this one stays fully powered. But as it runs out of items, once it's empty, this comparator here turns off. So this comparator clock will just slowly fade down, and eventually it will go over and disable the clock. So, but it takes a long enough time so that the item has a chance to go all the way through the entire system. So that's basically how it works. I know you're not supposed to be able to build from this, but that's the overall principle of it. And this is my drop-off chest. Any item that does not get sorted ends up in here. I have to make sure that this one never gets full, because then it starts filling up in the back, and that can be a mess. But you can see very slowly, we should see items start falling into the system here. It will stand here and sort for a while. It's going to take a little bit of time to do it. Everything is full up now. You can see here the dispenser is all full, but this will keep running. And you hear this? It's silent. That's the whole thing. That's the great thing about this compared to like Tango's design. So what I'm planning to do now is probably, I'll see how quickly this fills up. I have a feeling that I might actually want to set up a second unit right next to it and have like 4 rows of chests for sorting. And then I want to extend my hopper line down here all the way across and put crafting tables. So you go up to a wall and you craft what you gotta craft, and then you just throw stuff on the ground and walk away. And the very last thing I want to do is I want to set up a travel chest. A travel chest is like stuff I always want to bring out with me if I'm going caving or if I'm going somewhere. Like I always want to make sure I have food. I always want to make sure I have an arrow for my bow, because sometimes, you know, you just kind of, you leave an arrow and you don't think about it, and then you really need it. So setting up a travel chest might be something I'm gonna do. I think that could be fun. But I'm happy with this. It's sorting. I'm gonna spend some more time setting up these, designing how I want my stuff stored, and yeah, then I guess it's time to move on to another project, which I don't know what will be. So yeah, that's the end of this episode, I guess. I hope you've enjoyed this first introduction to the Oldtimers Island. Give me feedback if you have any. I'm very appreciative if you have any comments in regards to content, in regards to like sound levels, or am I talking too much? Was it boring? Which it probably was, but you know, bear with me. I'm trying to do this in a fun way, but I'm not a fun person. Who knows? Anyway, thank you for watching. I will be back again in about a week, hopefully a little sooner, but no guarantees. About a week. Yeah. Have a nice afternoon, and I'll see you on the server. Bye.